Hello, Eagles. How is everybody doing? It's Mother Eagle here. One of the Eagle members asked, how do I make my partner understand the need for cutting expenses? And I thought this was a good question to answer in this way. It reminded me of a class I facilitated many years ago at my church. We had so many people, including married couples, some who are not married but they live together, and some youth. But the amazing change to watch, because the class was 9 weeks, the amazing change to watch how couples walked in and how they walked out after 9 weeks. It was like night and day. Creating a financial plan for your family is not just a numbers game. It's deeper than that. By putting together a plan, you're thinking legacy. It will test your discipline, integrity to yourself. You're thinking of the future. You're planning for emergencies. You're saving. You're putting together protection for your family. So it's deeper than that. And especially as a couple, you have to work together. You have to cast the financial vision of the couple as a whole, meaning what you're going to realize that your communication has to improve. So if you're in a relationship and you're not communicating well, putting together a budget, figuring out where you're spending and where you need to reduce, you'll have to work together. But no one invests their effort in any plan unless they can see where they are going, unless they can see there is victory there, that there is beauty there, there is a future there. So when you're talking to your partner about a financial plan, usually first you can't just go telling them stop spending. First of all, they won't listen. We know that. And secondly, it's easier to hear from a third party than from you. Why? Because you're so familiar. Maybe you've talked about this 1,000, 100 times, and they hear the same song every day, so they won't listen. Or you've tried to have plans in the past, but you never worked it through. So you failed maybe on week 2, and it's like, he talks about that all the time, so he'll get over it, So one of the major things is, one, cast a vision of where you're going in terms of finances, what you're planning for, whether it's kids' retirement or building a house or putting together a savings plan. Secondly, use a third party. It can be a book, it can be a financial program, it can be a financial advisor, someone they respect and they can listen to. Because do you hear those things when you give maybe your best friend advice and they never listen to you? Then one day they hear it from somewhere, from maybe a magazine, and they come, oh my God, I found something new. And you're wondering, I've been telling you this for like 3 years. How come you never listen to me? Because you're so familiar. So use a third party. Then also implement a weekly budget meeting. What we used to do in this class that I facilitated, we used to have the couples would have a weekly budget meeting. Whether you're a couple or single, this is something you have to do. That one of the things that you realize is you'll have to be transparent. Where are all your monies? The ones you're bringing in. So on that budget, you'll have to show your monies, you have to show how you're spending them. You'll also realize your spending habits, whether one loves to spend so much or one is very stingy, and you'll have to work together to find a decent balance. For example, if an emergency comes in during the time you're budgeting. You have to be able to work that. But even if one is an extreme spender and they can see the vision on paper, they can see where you're going, they can see where your goals are in terms of numbers. For example, if we save this much every month, by the end of the year we'll have this, and we can put that money towards building or buying that plot of land. Any reasonable couple would love a plan like that where they can see where they are going. So if you cast your vision, stick to the weekly budgeting plan, use a third party to talk about these things, because at this moment they may not be listening to you. Then also negotiating, while you're creating your plan, negotiate. The budget plan and any financial plan you put together is not meant to take away a lifestyle. That's why people resist. It's meant to give you a plan of where you're going. So if you're able, include things that will bring pleasure to you. If maybe you love watching soccer, include that. If you would like direct TV, include that. If it's there in your budget, or if you're on a tight budget, you can sacrifice for a little while in order to succeed later. But part of negotiating can be things like weekly allowance. Maybe everyone gets $20 every week to do whatever they want with, and no questions asked. Because I know for ladies, we have these little habits of a pedicure, manicure here, and we don't want to be explaining why I went to the salon to do my nails, you see. So if you can negotiate and have maybe some kind of allowance system. But all this will come in as part of communication, then also consistency. Once you get on this plan, be consistent. Yes, you may fail along the way, but you get back up. Supposing you under budgeted in a category, and you get to your weekly meeting and you realize, we had planned $50 here, but I used double. Well, that means something else on your plan is going to be affected. So together you're reorganizing, and together you're seeing the vision either happening, or you're both watching it being destroyed, you see. But as a couple and working in partnership with the same vision, usually, you start watching your partner start saving and coming up with ideas to increase the income, ideas to spend better, because they've caught the vision of where you're going. So as the question went, how can I make my partner understand the need for expenses? Well, I just mentioned that, so I hope that helps. Just make sure you share, cast the vision. I love the financial plan, any type of financial planning and budgeting and saving, especially when it comes to a couple setting, because you realize you're building a legacy in this process. It goes to the core of who you are, to the core of integrity. Can you stick to the plan that you've set out to do? Can you remain disciplined in terms of your expenditure? So it's way deeper than just the numbers. Well, I hope that helps. This is Mother Ego. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.